So what's your name?
Bob Blazik.
And you used to come down here in the city. You lived here, right?
Right, we lived in Flower Bluff.
What did your dad do back then?
He worked at the refinery
Okay, so back in the 60s.
back in the 60s.
Now, when you used to go on the beach, then you used to go in at Bob Hall Pier,
Go
didn't
in
you?
at Bob Hall Pier, it was sand all the way down. And then back
Trees,
there was no park road going,
nothing.
nothing.
Right.
And so you had to go in at Bob Hall Pier, and then we'd drive down to Little Shell.
Right.
He had an old pickup, I don't remember, I think it was an old Chevrolet.
And you spend a week down there, or what?
No,
A couple
we
of
spent
days?
just the weekends. Because
Your house in the bluff.
Yeah, we lived in Flower Bluff, so every weekend I have 3 other brothers, so it was 4 of us. I'm the oldest.
Right.
So we'd all go down there and spend the weekend, Friday night and Saturday night, and then come back to Flower Bluff. And
What was the most exciting thing that happened to you down there? Do you remember anything really?
the only thing I can remember is when I had the bombing range, and we were back. Me and my brothers were back in the sand dunes playing, rolling around in the sand, and we heard this big thump, and we didn't know what it was. Well, they had come to find out that there was big X's in the sand dune, and those jets would come off and drop sandbags. We were told they were sandbags.
Right.
But they had signs on the beach that said you're entering the bombing area. But
Right.
my dad and mother didn't seem to care. Maybe they was trying to get rid of us.
What
We
about
kept
fish-wise? What was the best fish that you ever saw caught down there? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but catching a trout.
Trout?
No redfish, always trout.
Always trout.
But we always used a gold or silver spoon. That's
Okay.
all.
Would
my
your dad use the same?
Yes.
And
I
that
would
was
follow
it?
him behind him, waiting on the first ball.
Were you using cane poles, or did you have
No, we had actual
good fire guys?
Yeah.
Good.
My dad got so bad he couldn't use a bait. Of course, you got to remember the bait casting reels.
No, you didn't have brakes or anything.
Yeah, they were terrible.
There was something like them hanging up there, I
Yeah.
dare say. That's good. So, your dad passed away, and what, you moved
he
out?
passed away about 10 years ago.
Okay. But
He never would bait fish.
he wouldn't?
No.
He always lures.
Always lures, and if they weren't biting the lures, well, that was it. You just sit back at camp.
That's a lovely story.
And it was
mate.
always dirty. The water was always dirty. Seemed like I never saw a calm day. And now, when you come, there's a lot of days you can catch it in September, October. It's pretty calm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Back then, I don't remember a calm day ever. We just got beat.
Was
to
that
death.
because you were smaller, do you
I
think?
guess, because I got rolled into waves. I used to wear glasses, and a lot of times I'd lose my glasses when I got rolled in about waves.
That's a lovely story. Well, thank you, mate. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. What's your name again?
Bob Blazik,
There you are, Bob. Thank you.
thank you.